Working inside TBC coordinate system space sometimes can seem daunting, but in this video illustration, we're going to be addressing how to load legacy or older datums into TBC if you don't have one. So we're going to be using a software, Lightware external software called Grid Factory, and we're going to actually pull on the file that might be made available to you by the actual government. And you're going to take that file and break it down into a product that TBC can consume. So let's look at this together. So in this example, if I go UTM zone 12 and then go to the datum, you might look in the datum list but might not see the file you want to use. You know, for example, might be a legacy file. And so let's say, for example, I wanted to pick this, but this is Canada. But if I click on it, it won't be the original form. So to show you, I'll let you see it. You'll see this says it's using version 8 and is referenced to Epoch 2010, but maybe I want to go back in the past. I want to use the coordinates that seems based back in the past, a datum back in the past. How can I go ahead and add my very own datum? How can I change it to a different type of datum? We're going to look at that. So one, you'd go to a website that allows you to pull on a datum. In this example, I'm using NRCan's website, and they have a list of datums you can download directly from their site. Now there's national based, there's province based. So depending on which government is providing you with this information, you're going to be looking for that file. And in this example, you're seeing the extension GSB. So I'm going to go ahead and just download this file, GSB. Once I download that file, I'll be able to load it into the Grid Factory. So I'm going to just put this on the desktop for now inside of a specific folder on the desktop. And that will allow me to actually show you that process. All right. So for now, I'm just going to kind of go in here into Grid File. I'm going to take that file that you just saw me download, place it inside of this folder, and then I'm going to go to the Grid Factory and I'm going to go ahead and go Import Grid. I'm going to go down to the specific grid import template. So I'm going to scroll down until I get to NTB2 Canada, which is the actual site that I'm going to be working with under the NTB2 converter. And I'm going to be going in here, tapping on import. It's going to ask me where exactly is that file in question. I'm going to go to Grid Files, and there's that file. And I'm going to now be asked, where do you want to place that file? And we're going to go to the desktop, and I'm going to place it also in the same folder. And what's going to happen is it's going to export all the different consumable grid.ch grid files related to that area. All right. So I'm going to tap OK for now. And before I actually use the coordinate system manager to bring that in, I want to just show you where it is first. So I'm going to go open Grid's desktop again. I'm going to go to that grid file. I'm going to drop this down and go all, and these are all the files that were produced from that one file. And so if I click, let's say, for all of Alberta, which is what that was, the file was Alberto, I can tap open, and then it will show me the entire province of Alberto. Perfect. So now I want to load that legacy datum into TBC. So now I'll go to the actual coordinate system manager, and I will go new datum. It's going to open up the coordinate system manager. Click datum, right click add. We're going to call it NAD83OG original. The ellipsoid in question here is going to be graph system 1980. And this information is something that you can readily pull on, okay? From just simply typing in a search into your web browser and then going ahead and tapping on datum grid, and then go grid, datum grid, allo, and in the latitude and longitude, you're looking for that file that we just pulled on our wild one. There it is. And then you pick our next one. And in this case, we'll leave the height file blank because there's none associated with it, and also the global reference in question because it's original. We'll stick to WGS 9084 because it is synced with NAD 83 original. So we're going to tap OK, and now we have a datum. We can tap save, and now in the datum section, we can go ahead and tap change, scroll down the list, and look for our NAD 83 original in the list. OG, there it is. Tap OK, finish, and there you have that grid definition. So this datum now, shift, will now affect how your coordinates represent themselves, right? So tap OK, and now there you have it. So the datum, the summary, the base coordinate system group, the zone, the datum transformation being applied, the global reference datum, and the GEID model in question. And that's how to actually manipulate using Grid Factory to produce the consumable file extensions that can be loaded into Trimble's Coordinate System Manager.